Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us, folks. My name is Tim Wheaton. Welcome to Kickboxing with Tim and the Mechanic 31. Mr. Cuttino, how you doing today?
Doing good, man. Hey, people, you did not miss that. You did not hear that wrong. Tim announced the show correctly in case you were sleeping. We changed the name. All it is just we kind of just put out what it is, which really it is. It is Kickboxing with Tim and the Mechanic. Instead of kicking it this way, you don't have to have any Twitter beef out here. You know, like I said, we want to try to keep the community as one. So hey, we just had to change the name a little bit. Speaking of that, with the name change, that means we get new merchandise. So again, hit us up, fighterfirst.shop, saying you can get my hoodie, you can get the show's new hoodie or t-shirt saying which says Kickboxing with Tim and the Mechanic. But hey, if you got a Kicking It shirt, hey, still keep on rocking it.
The Kicking It with Tim and the Mechanic shirts are now vintage. They're retro. They're worth way more than they were than whatever you bought them for. Put them on the market. They're worth a lot. Anyway, check out the store down below in the description. Make sure to check all that stuff out. Support the show, support myself, support Brandon, support Kickboxing as a whole. But this weekend, we got an event that really does seem like this is a big one. This is two fighters in their prime. Like pound for pound, number one is fighting pound for pound, number two. It is a rare treat when we actually get fighters not missing each other like ships in the night. They're two fighters at the apex of their career fighting each other. So this weekend we have Chingiz Allazov going for a title against Superbon. Just on the face of it, like Brandon, like what does this fight mean? Are we fighting for a spot on the greatest of all time list? Like what does it represent for the year? Like, what do you think of this one?
Well, I mean, I think for Superbon this is because, like I said, he has the accolades. He has the as you want to say strength of schedule. You know, that kind of will put him up there. While with Chingiz Allazov, he's on his way up. Like I said, he does have a couple of victories against some well-known names. But I'm saying I think a one with Superbon, and of course maybe down the road he can get a fight with Georgia Petrosian and everything like that. Then he'll definitely be on his way. But as of right now, like I say, this is definitely a fight. Two guys, like I said, in their prime, ready to bang. Like I said, this fight was supposed to happen in December. Injuries come up. They kept on pushing this fight back off. So now this is the week for it to finally happen. Knock on wood. Hopefully nobody misses weight, dehydration, or anything like that. But like I said, I think this is the fight, especially in this weight class at 154, 70 kilos. These are definitely two of the least you want to say top five guys going at it.
Which is why we broke our schedule to make sure that we had the time to really talk about this fight and give it the attention it deserved, because it's a great fight. We've been waiting since March of last year. Chingiz Allazov defeated Sidichai to earn the Grand Prix title. Then Superbon defeated Murat Grigorian to defend his title. We've been wanting this for a long time. And like you said, it kept getting delayed due to sicknesses and all that stuff, but let's jump into it. And I'm not even sure I can really give a prediction, but anyway, so this weekend I wrote an article for the fight site, which is going to be a technical breakdown of what we're seeing in the fight and what some of the facets are that are really going to come through in this fight. A few things I wanted to highlight with Superbon is that while he is a kicker, his main kick faucet is to maintain distance. He is a distance control fighter more than anything else. So his main tool, of course, is that front kick, which he killed Murat Grigorian with. But he said, if my opponent is a better puncher than me, I'm going to kick with him. Which is a very mature thing for a world champion to say, Murat Grigorian punches harder than me, so I don't want to punch with him. If his opponent comes in too close, he then has a flying knee that he can hit the fighter with. And then in close, he does like the clinch quite a bit, clinch and circle out, as he's a very good defensive striker. So he's got a lot of layers to his defense. But he does use a high guard, and Murat Grigorian was able to get a lot of uppercuts through the high guard, just nature of the fact of like how you're putting your hands kind of thing. Chingiz Allazov is such a unique kickboxer that there's no one who fights like him. Like I tried watching Superbon's fights, like rewatching them with Sidichai and all these other people. Just no one fights like him at all. He is so loose. He is so fluid. He's constantly stance switching. He's throwing combinations with wide hooks into head kicks all the time. He's doing wide hooks into low kicks. He's just a chaotic fighter. And at one point, like I genuinely don't know how this fight is going to go. I could absolutely see Chingiz Allazov walking away with a win just because he's so chaotic. He's aggressive. He picks his shots. He's always throwing from different angles, whether it's a body shot or a head punch or a low kick or a high kick. He's just throwing everything he can at his opponents, and he's gotten better at it. He's gotten defensively better at parrying. He does a lot of pull counters. I genuinely don't know who's going to win this one, but what were some of the things that, I'm throwing a lot at you here, but what do you see in this one?
Well, no, I was going to say, so starting off with Superbon, I was going to say, like you said, right, he tries to, keep everything at range. To me, the reason why is so that way he can set up those head kicks, as you saw, with Georgia Petrosian. But he does like to throw head kicks a lot. Like say he keeps them at range, he knows where they are. Then boom, he gets you throw his legs up, get you there. If they're in too close, of course the kick will go past them. If they're too far away, the kick will miss them in front. But as I'm saying, that's why I think he tries to keep his range, use that front kick, and then throws the head kicks. Now with Chingiz Allazov, man, to me, this tournament has toughened him up. I mean, which of course toughen him. I mean, it's not like he was soft or anything like that. But what I mean by toughen him up means that he went through killers. He went. You going up against a Sidichai. If you're doing this tournament where you got to fight constantly in the year, that's gonna make you tough. That's gonna make you hard. It's gonna make you better. And plus two, to me, Chingiz Allazov, like you said, he's a chaotic fighter. To me, that guy just always goes for the finish. Like he's not looking to win by decision. He's trying to knock you out. He's trying to get the stoppage, go home. So that's why, to me, he's a guy. He's always just ready to go. That's why, to me, he tries different things. Like you said, he stance switches. He kind of comes from different angles because he's just trying to get the job done. He's going 0 to 100, and he's not stopping. Saying you have to hit the brakes for him. He's not hitting the brakes himself. And that's why I think, to me, man, if you come out guns blazing, I think he could catch Superbon off because it's Superbon coming off the injury and everything like that. So Chingy, I'm saying Chingy could get him. But again, though, you do that 0 to 100, man, you could maybe gas yourself out. Superbon can catch him in the later rounds.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is one of the dangers of, and it's a good fight when we start talking about guard play. And let's get into it. Superbon does use a high guard, just like straight up and down. Mm-hmm. If he's going to be glued there, his body is going to be exposed for Chingiz Allazov, who is a great body puncher. He beat up Chingiz Allazov, or he beat up Sidichai a bunch of times to the body. And one of Superbon's great defenses is he uses the knee and circle off. Sidichai did that once to Chingiz Allazov, and he absorbed an uppercut through the high guard that nearly dropped him. So there are major opportunities where Chingiz Allazov has openings that he can definitely end the fight via knockout. He can end the fight via decision, but he can win this fight. This is an extremely winnable fight. This is why we're so excited about it, is there's clear issues in it. There's not a clear way that this fight is going to go. He also does a very good, I forget the specific name, but when someone kicks you in the body and you just sweep it to the side, scoop it out. Yeah. And I think that's allowed in one where you can grab it one time and follow it up. If Superbon is going to be spamming a bunch of body kicks, Chingiz is going to be there every time. However, so Marat Grigorian was a little bit scared of the head kick, so he glued his hands to his head. Chingiz is much more flowy. If he's going to be, so the counter, if he's going to be dropping his hands, there's good feints and could land a head kick. There's so many great ways that this fight could go. I don't expect there to be a head kick knockout, but I think the opening will be there. But yeah, I don't know, man. Do you have a prediction in this fight, or is it just too chaotic?
I mean, I think I really do like what Chingiz Allazov was doing this past year, but I think I'm just gonna rock with Superbon still. I think Superbon is still gonna be able to get it done. Like I said, man, I mean the dude's on another level. Like I said, coming from Muay Thai to then kind of really jump into this. Like I said, I think he really has adapted his style to a kickboxing way where he just looks kind of really like he looks unbeatable, or should I say, man, I'm saying he hasn't been beaten, yet, or should I say in a while. So I mean, I think I'm just gonna rock with Superbon. I think Superbon's gonna be able to get it done.
Yeah, the thing is, if I am picking a fighter in this fight, just like you said, it's basically picking just based on feels more than like something I'm seeing. It's just based on like this guy's got a little bit more momentum. Chingiz Allazov, former K1 champion, coming into this one, he's a Kunlun champion. He's now a Grand Prix champion and won. It's absolutely ridiculous how good of a fight this is and how excited I am for it. But yeah, on actual predictions, I have no idea. I would pick Superbon because he talked to me on Instagram once, and that's enough for me. It's based on feelings. That's all I really got. And I don't think one of the interesting thing when I was watching back a bunch of tapes, I really wanted to make an article about, I think Superbon has actually superseded his trainer Buakaw. But then going back and watching it, Blockout, he hasn't. Blockout is just so good. He has all those same tools that we've been talking about, but that eye for timing that he always had, it's insane how good of an athlete Blockout was in his prime. Like, I know it's been 15 years and he's still kind of fighting, but I know this isn't like a fresh idea that I just came up with or anything like that. But even then, I really wanted to be like daring. And even now, I don't think anyone has beaten that legacy, right? I'm not crazy for saying that.
Yeah, no, I mean, man, Blockout's a legend of the game. You know, like I said, he's definitely fought some names. You know, like I said, Superbon is slowly getting there on it. He's slowly on his way to that name.
Yeah, it's a huge feather in his cap if he gets this win. I think he would be among the list of all-time greats. I mean, I've already put him at the top 10. But I don't know if he loses, it can't happen. But I think if he beats Chingiz Allazov, he would be in the top 10 greatest of all time kickboxers. I don't think that's too daring. Anyway, so we'll move on to the vacant flyweight kickboxing world title because we had some movement in the last little while. The champion Ilyas Anaki did say he was looking to defend his title against. I don't even remember. Was it Superlek? Yeah, it was Superlek. And Superlek was looking to avenge his loss from 2021 to Anaki. Anaki said, I can't make weight, so I'm just going to vacate. Can't do it. So now they're doing it for the vacant title in kickboxing. It will be Superlek versus Spain's Daniel Puertas. What do you think of this one? What do you see in this matchup?
I mean, Daniel Puertas, man, kudos for him, man, for getting this opportunity. But I think Superlek is gonna win this fight, have the title, hands down. I'm sorry, man. Like I just think Superlek is just gonna be too much for him. He's gonna outmatch him, outclass him. That hand raise, call it a day.
Yeah, it's very hard for me to ever pick against Superlek against someone who just doesn't outsize him or something like that. Like against almost anyone we would pick him. There was a reason that we would pick him to beat Rodtang and Muay Thai and stuff like that. He's such a good fighter. And yeah, so I think the new flyweight champion picking up the vacant title, I think that's an easy pick for Superlek. I don't know what's going on with the former champion, but we'll leave that as it is. Either way, it's a great title, but it does tie to the next thing. Let's jump around to Rodtang. Rodtang will be fighting Jiduo Yibu. Originally, Rodtang, this is a kickboxing match. Originally, Rodtang was going to be kickboxing against Daniel Puertas. The title changed, so Daniel moved up. Rodtang is going to be fighting Jiduo Yibu, who just lost to Daniel Puertas. This year, Rodtang has said that my goal, I'm going to pick up a kickboxing world title this year, and then next year I'm moving to MMA. But this year I want kickboxing. So I think this is setting up that Superlek versus Rodtang fight that we didn't get from the Grand Prix last year. I mean, I'm going to assume that Rodtang beats Jiduo Yibu. I'm sorry. I think that's going to happen.
Yeah,
Brandon, what do you think?
Matt, I'm with you. To me, man, I'm sorry. It's just another body for Rodtang to collect on his resume. Like I said, I think he'll get this W. Superlek will get his W, and then boom, next it's going to be those two for the title. So. Like I said, I think they're trying to keep Rodtang busy because, like you said, he wants to fight. He likes to make that money. Like I say, we are prize fighters. So I think this just keep Rodtang busy and to put him in the mix for a title shot.
Absolutely. Try to get him as much gold as possible. I think Jiduo Yibu is definitely a winnable fight. I think Superlek beats Daniel Puertas, and they're absolutely setting up that title probably in summertime or something like that. That'd be absolutely great. We do have a mixed rules contest, and it's so hard to talk about a mixed rules contest because it's A, but then B, but if A, it's just like a weird thing. But Stamp Fairtex is going to be fighting in a mixed rules super fight against Anissa Meksen. So the first round will be Muay Thai, second round MMA, and so on for 4 rounds. It's a tough one to measure up. Like I don't know, man. What do you think?
I don't know. In my head, I'm like, would Stamp Fairtex really even try to go for a takedown, try to do ground and pound, or would she really just keep it standing up because Muay Thai is her thing? I know kickboxing is her thing. But either way, I'm still rocking with Anissa Meksen. I mean, hey man, I love me some Stamp Fairtex, but I just think Anissa Meksen is the better striker. All overall, hands down, doesn't matter if it's Muay Thai or kickboxing. I think Anissa Meksen gonna piece her up. Like I said, Stamp Fairtex is a tough girl. So I'm not going to say stoppage, but I just think I just think it's going to be a long 4 rounds for her.
Yeah, look, if this is what makes it challenging. If this was a Muay Thai or kickboxing fight, even a fist of boxing fight, a punch boxing fight, Anissa Meksen all day, no doubt about it. I think that's actually a very easy pick. She's just fought better competition in her career. She's had very good titles before her time in one championship. She's been calling out Janet Todd forever. I don't know why they haven't got it. Anyway, enough of that. But in MMA, she has never fought before in her life. So if we're thinking, like, has she picked up enough takedown defense over the last 6 weeks since this was announced? Has she picked up any submission defenses versus Stamp, who has been in MMA for like 3 or 4 years? She's quite quickly, because of how young she was, she really quickly learned jiu-jitsu and wrestling. She actually has picked that up very well. And I'll throw some extra folds, some extra changes going on there. But Anissa has claimed that she did 6 years of judo training. Now, I don't know if that's true. I don't know how good she was, and I actually don't know if it even helps at all. Apparently back when, something with like when she was in Bellator Kickboxing and Bellator Kickboxing was folding. I might be misremembering, but either way, a few years ago, she said, no, I did have MMA training. I was training MMA at one point in my career. Again, not sure how good any of that was. Not sure if it'll help. Not sure if it was just too late. But yeah, Stamp did tell. I just got off the phone with Stamp Fairtex. Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say, well, like Anissa Meksen, I believe, want to say, trains in Thailand, and she trains at Tiger Muay Thai.
Correct.
Of course, everybody knows Tiger Muay Thai. Even though it's called Tiger Muay Thai, but they also do MMA there. Like, she would train with Peter Yan and everything like that. So I mean, hey, if you're already there, she could have been taking some jiu-jitsu classes, some wrestling classes. So I'm not gonna doubt her on it or anything like that. Because like I said, you're there. You might just be like, oh, hey, why don't you come take a class with us? Also too. One of the things too, I forget when people talk about the fights about like, about like takedowns and everything like that. Like, it is one thing to get taken down, but the thing is though, could Stamp Fairtex keep her down? Because I mean, you can get taken down, but if Meksen is able to get back up and keep it standing, that's what she wants. So I mean, it's all about what has Stamp Fairtex really learned. Can she control her? Is her jiu-jitsu game up there where she can, get a submission on her, or is she just gonna try to hold it down, do some ground and pound? But either way, like I said, I think Anissa Meksen might still be able to get herself back up and then, go to work and do her thing. But hey, if she's been doing some judo, you got to watch out for those judo throws.
Absolutely. I was trying to think of the name as well, but I can't. It's been a while. But yeah, the thing is with Stamp, she did tell me that she is going for a submission. Second round submission is what she wants. But the last time we did this was Demetrius Johnson and Rodtang. Demetrius was very straightforward in saying, I have a 3-minute MMA round. On the ground, that's actually not that much time to work. For me to get a ground and pound, for me to get a submission, it's not a ton of time. And most very good MMA fighters would say the same thing, that I need a lot of time to work. I don't know if Stamp has that time to work on the ground in only 3 minutes. She might just, it might just be scrambles with Stamp on top for 3 minutes and then go into the next Muay Thai round.
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know. Anyway, it's a fun one. It'll be worth checking out. It'll have all the headlines after the fight. We all know that. Stamp probably moves into the top. She probably will fight either. She has said that I want a Muay Thai and an MMA title in the future, so either one of those are available. After this fight, win or lose, Anissa Meksen has to be fighting Janet Todd. I don't care about the rest of this crap.
Yeah.
Stupid. But we have a rematch that we have been waiting for because it ended so weirdly, the last one. Supergirl, Anna Jaroonsak, excuse my enunciation, got a contentious victory against Ekaterina. I can never say her name. Ekaterina. Now they're doing the rematch. Tell us a little bit more. Enlighten us on what's going on here.
Yeah, no, I remember this fight. Like I said, I definitely had Supergirl losing this one, and I think I and the commentators and probably most of the world that was watching was a little shocked, and I kind of want to say I think Supergirl was even shocked when she got her hand raised. But like I said, man, to me, man, like I said, she had took some shots in this one. Katarina here, also her nickname's like Barbie as well.
Barbie,
exactly. Like, she came out and she was just landing on Supergirl. She rocked her, dropped her. So that's why I'm actually going with Barbie again to get the job done. I just think she has the power. I think her power is just gonna be able to just connect again, and she's gonna be rocking Supergirl.
Yeah, I co-sign with that. I think one thing with Ekaterina is the Belarusian Barbie is that her losses don't indicate her skill level at all, because all of her losses have been, other than the head kick knockout to Janet Todd, they've been very close decision losses. So I don't think those actually indicate how good she is. She is better than what her record indicates, and I think she's going to be winning in this one. And Supergirl's still quite young. She has a good future ahead of her. I have no doubt about that. Anyway, the week after we have one Lumpini 1. It's unclear what one championship will do with international Lumpini events. It sounds like they're just going to be broadcasting in Thailand, and this is the only one that's actually going to be worldwide, which is why I got a big headliner. So we'll find out what's happening with that. But Nongo will be looking to defend his title against the former champion Alaverdi Ramazanov. Definitely check that one out. It's going to be a fun one. I don't think we'll break it down, but I mean, Nongo's fighting in a Muay Thai fight against a kickboxer. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah. I just want to go back to the Ekaterina and Supergirl fight. I know what you said. You want Anissa Meksen, but I'm going to say this, man. I wouldn't be surprised if, say, Ekaterina gets the dub and it's her and Janet Todd.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I know. I wouldn't be surprised either. If they haven't set up Meksen and Janet Todd already, why would they do it in the future? I do agree with you. In any reasonable world, we already would have gotten that fight. Yep. So yes, I agree with you. I can absolutely see one championship just being like, no, the Belarusian Barbie's got it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm just thinking, because it's gonna be like, well, Anissa Meksen, she's in this mixed rules match, while Ekaterina is in a regular, strawweight match over here. So she got the dub. Let's just give it. We're gonna give it to her, type of deal. But I mean, hey, we all know who it is that we want. We know what we want, but hey, we're not the ones running the promotion. So,
don't ask me. Janet Todd has kind of said that she's a bit more of a Muay Thai fighter, but like you are the interim champion in Muay Thai. I don't know. Either vacate. I don't want to be rude, but I did kind of ask her when I interviewed her. I felt bad, but like, do you want this fight? And she's like, yeah, I do want this fight, but like, then do it. Go for it. You're a prize fighter. It's a major fight. It's a big one. You can say we have a former Glory kickboxing world champion and like Iska and Waco and all these other things that Anissa Meksen, Kunlun and Infusion. She has titles in every organization she's competed in except for one, just because they haven't booked it. And I have no doubt that Anissa Meksen beats Janet Todd, in all honesty.
Yeah. But I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
I don't know. I don't control this stuff. Anyway, let's get out of here for the week. We'll be back in the future covering some more kickboxing action. Brandon Cuttino, tell the folks where they can find more of you and all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, of course, you guys know that I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram at bcuttino TSMA. Then maybe you can follow me. Like I said, I got my fight camp starting up already. We're already 1 week down. Like I said, as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna, of course, be training again after this. So of course, follow me along for that. And then, of course, right, Tim's on social media as well. He has his socials, Tim Wheaton MMA. But in case you guys been sleeping, now the show itself, Kickboxing with Tim and the Mechanic, we have our own Twitter handle, social, Instagram handle as well. It's Kickboxing by, and then it's FF. So Kickboxing by FF. That's where you're going to hear us talking about the show. Interact with us there. We'll be commenting about fights and everything like that. So please give that a follow on Instagram, on Twitter, and of course, subscribe. Let the people know where they can get their best kickboxing knowledge from.
Awesome stuff. Thanks so much for your time, Mr. Cuttino. Best of luck in the training camp, eh?
All right.